त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Just pin us. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Kanak, Gulshan,
Helen,
Surrender, and all of you online. Very hearty welcome. We today are going to have a very deep subject. So I don't know if any of you were able to do the morning meditation, the 10-minute morning meditations we post on the WhatsApp group, but today's was on attention. And right at the very end of the short video extract, well, it was an audio actually, the audio extract, Shri Mataji was talking about our attention and leaving everything to the Paramchaitanya. And I thought, oh, maybe we should talk about the Paramchaitanya tonight. And what is it? What is the Paramchaitanya? So very deep subject. But before we go there, as per our usual, especially if you're new to joining us today, don't worry, we're going to catch you up. So as normal, we'll go through the self-realization, which is getting us all, as I flippantly said last week, out of our minds. But it's actually a true thing. We are getting out of our minds and going into that space where is the Paramchaitanya.
connecting to the ocean of love.
Yes, yes. In fact, Gulshan, it's interesting Gulshan says that, connecting to the ocean of love, because when I Googled Paramchaitanya, I thought, let's see what the understanding is out in the world of what is Paramchaitanya. And then there was a little extract. I think it was probably an extract from one of Shri Mataji's talks. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it came up on the internet saying that about vibrations. And we did have, last week we had a session on what is vibrations, and it was the pure desire. But another analogy was that that feeling that you have for a child, mm-hmm. and that is the vibrations, and the distance between you and the child, say, or that object of that pure feeling of love for a child. That's the vibrations, and that everything is in the Paramchaitanya. So that's Chaitanya, vibrations, mm-hmm. and the Paramchaitanya is what we're all in. And another interesting thing, but I'm going ahead of myself here, but about that Paramchaitanya, it's called many things. And Gulshan, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, that's true.
It is called many things yeah. in many religions, yeah. But we've got an excerpt, lovely, just a short 6-minute excerpt of a speech of Shri Mataji's where she talks about what is the Paramchaitanya, and putting our attention there. We have to know what it is, where we're putting our attention. And And now I've forgotten my point that I was going to tell you.
If I could just interrupt while you get
Remember my point.
Lynn just talked about the love that we feel for a child.
Yes.
And now to take that into perspective where somebody loves us so much as we would love a child, there is this great power, ocean of power around us that loves us.
Oh, nice.
Just as much.
I love that.
What a lovely feel to
Yeah,
know that you're not alone.
And when we say we're getting out of our mind, we're getting into that lovely feeling. How much better is that?
Yes.
Than all our ideas and our worries about the world. I mean, in fact, this week I was looking at Twitter also, as one does, to see what everyone's talking about. And the worry this week is that somebody resigned from who's making artificial intelligence. And they said, well, artificial intelligence is not smarter than us yet. And he's resigned. And so now the fear is artificial intelligence is going to take over our life because it's going to become smarter than we are. But we're going above that a little bit. Everything is in that loving feeling.
True. Well, humans made artificial intelligence, but who made us?
Yes,
surely
right.
They've got a plan.
Yeah,
one would hope.
And another point which I recalled, which we've said before, is that if everything was made by chance, there wasn't enough time in creation for it to be by chance. Because, if you get a jar and you have half white, or if you've got a jar, you've got half white and half red, you shake it all around. And if you want to try and shake it enough times to get it separated into white and red, it's the same as creation in theory. The time that it would take to do that is way longer than the time of creation. So sometimes some scientists, in fact, Kanak, you probably know how long it took for creation. But anyway, so there is a superpower, and we'll talk more about that later. But let's catch up and let's go through that subtle system, what it is, and what Sahaja Yoga is, which is you thought you were coming just to meditate. Well, it's far greater than that, isn't it?
Yeah. And so if I just briefly run...
Do you want to just catch us all up?
All right, and if I may just request our really good camera person who is here with us.
I think we can see it. He's going
to zoom us on.
Do we want to zoom it, or do we want to keep it there? Can everyone see the chart? Because if we can see it, we don't need to zoom.
Sure. In that case, if you just watch the chart and
this chart,
walk us through very briefly.
Oh, we zoomed.
Thank you, Surinda. So that's the chart. That is the inside of a body. That is also the milestones of our civilization as we were created out of amoeba stage, as we came out of the ocean and we became human beings and we stood up. When we came to the green part, we started to look for shelter and food to satisfy ourselves. Then we stood up and looked up and started to be more vocal and be community-minded. And then we came up to number 6 area, which is on a forehead, which is where we started to analyze and we started to think, and we've become very clever and we're very good at critical analysis and all of that. However, that's not where humanity is meant to be. We're meant to rise a little bit higher than that area to the top of a head, where Lynn is pointing, which is also called the fontanelle bone. That's what the Greeks talked about ages ago. It's the top of a head where the fountain of a mothering energy within us rises. And as she rises to the top and pours over us, she connects us to the superpower, the love of God that we've been mentioning in our talks earlier. And what's important about this is each one of us, each and every person that's born, has a special mother, a special energy that is of love within us in the sacrum bone. So the sacrum bone is another term used by the Greeks. It's the sacred bone, which houses the mothering energy, the kundalini within us. And it is in Sahaja Yoga. And I should mention that through Shri Mataji's great gift to mankind, that she's allowed us to access this energy within us. So the Kundalini, which is in the sacrum bone, that little triangular area at the base of the spine, each one of us has that energy. And it is through Sahaja Yoga and through Shri Mataji's efforts that she allowed this energy to be awakened, as we will go through it today as well. And when the Kundalini rises, she comes up through the central part of our subtle system and brings us into balance. So the idea is not to be too lethargic, too depressed, too moody, and at the same time on the right side, not to be too, how shall I try and put it a little bit diplomatically, not be too bossy, not be too busy organizing people. In other words, when people start to move away from you and you can't figure out why people are walking away, perhaps you've just gone too much into being a boss and organizing everyone. So the idea is to really to manage those aspects of our personality and our lives every day, but do them with a bit of love and empathy. And yes, you have to organize, you have to plan, and that is all possible, but without going to the extreme. So it's just managing aspects of a personality without being into an extreme case. And that is possible when the Kundalini rises. She draws us back and she brings us into balance and allows us to be in that middle path where, yes, you have to get up and organize and plan and think, and you do still love your companions, your family members, and you do both those things together. And the other beauty with this yoga, which is the union within us, is that as we come into balance, thank you, Lynn, and the Kundalini comes up and she takes us through these qualities, the chakras within us. Each chakra or quality is placed on a certain part of our body, and these are positive qualities within us. Thank you, Lynn, that is very good pointing. If there is a weakness or a disturbance, not to worry, because the Kundalini manages that and repairs it and fixes it. And how we know that's happening is because we feel it on our fingertips. So each one of our fingertips is connected to a chakra within us. It is so magnificent and it is yet so simple. And Shri Mataji wanted it that way so that we are part of community, part of society, but we still can be connected with the inner energy within us. So if there's a disturbance within us, if there's a weakness, we will feel it on our hands. And now we are going to get a realization, which is connecting, as we talked about it, to the ocean of love. And Shri Mataji has allowed it to happen effortlessly and really easily, because she wants us to be connected with the love rather than talk about it endlessly. She wants us to feel it right now, right here, and then you work yourself up to nourish that love that is within us. So shall we go through the realization? Yes. And to give us our realization, we have lovely Kanak here, and she's going to take us through that process. So grateful if you could take your shoes off while she gets ready to come here, and we'll swap chairs.
And we'll welcome everyone else that came in. That was the noise you heard in the middle of Gulshan's talk.
So Kanak, come and take this chair, and I will take yours, and we'll go through realization.
Welcome, Kanak.
Hello.
It's Kanak, everyone.
Yeah, hello, everyone. Hello. Very beautifully explained about the chakras. I think the chakras are like it's a very vast knowledge if you go on each chakra, but you covered very nicely. And it's a very good topic today. It's a very deep topic, Paramchaitanya. And I think this is something around us, but also it exists within us, I think, at the same time.
And that's what we kind of access it.
Yeah.
Well, if we
will, yeah. And I would just like to add, it's a very special time for us who have been practicing Sahaja Yoga. About 53 years ago from today, or from this time, Shri Mataji opened the Sahasrara of the world. So as you mentioned, she found the technique of the self-realization, and she found that people were seeking, but it was too hard to achieve. that Kundalini awakening, people will go to the mountains or find a peaceful space, do a lot of penance, and still it was very hard to attain. But I think in this modern times, we have this benefit, or Shri Mataji's found this technique that we could do it just where
in our daily life.
Exactly, we do not have to
go into the caves.
travel anywhere. Yeah, so hopefully you are quite relaxed. You have taken your shoes off. If you could open your hands, that would be great, in your lap. And we'll close our eyes for a second before I explain what are we going to do. Just take a few deep breaths to pull our attention inside. Now, the process we are going to do now is called self-realization process. And it is very important that you have the desire for your Kundalini to come up. This cannot be forced on anyone. So it's very important to have that deep, pure desire for the Kundalini to awaken, go through all the chakras and come all the way to the top of the head and pierce that fontanel bone area, and then connect with the all-pervading power around us, with that Paramchaitanya. So what we will do, we will use our left side and right side. As explained before, left side is our side of emotions and the right side is the side of action. So we will use them both to come in the balance. Throughout this process, we'll keep our left hand open in our lap, and we'll take our right hand and we'll place it on different parts of, on the left side. So we'll start with the left heart, it's on the left side of the chest. Then we will take it down just under our rib cage, and we'll take few affirmations here. Then we'll take it down where our torso meets the leg, so just around the hip area on the left side. We'll bring it back just above under the rib cage on the left side of our abdomen. We'll say a few affirmations here. Then we'll take it back on the left side of the heart. And then we'll take it on the left side between where our shoulder and neck meets, and we'll grab hold of this nicely. So our hand is placed nicely on our shoulder, and you can tilt your head towards the right so it's easier to reach. Then we'll take our hand and place it on our forehead, then to the back of our head. And then in the end, we'll stretch our hand, put it on the top of the head, and we'll say a few affirmations here. So this is where we're going to place our hand, and we'll ask a few questions to this motherly energy within us, to Mother Kundalini, and we'll say a few affirmations. So please close your eyes again. And now we'll take our right hand, put it on the left side of the heart. And here we'll say, very simple question. Mother energy, who am I? Mother, who am I? Mother Kundalini, who am I? Now we'll just slide our hand down on the left side of the abdomen. We'll press it gently. And here we'll ask a very simple question. Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own teacher? Mother Kundalini, am I my own guru? Now we'll take the hand down, just slide it down. And again, press it gently. And he will affirm, we'll say a few affirmations. And that is, that Mother Kundalini, I am the pure knowledge. Or we can request, Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. We'll keep the attention there on that center. And just a couple of times we'll say, Mother, I am the pure knowledge. Now we'll take the hand back on our abdomen, on the left side. Now with that pure desire, we request it for that knowledge, for that divine knowledge. Here we will say, Mother, I am my own Guru. Mother, I am my own Master. Mother Kundalini, I am my own teacher. And with all confidence, say that in your heart. Just repeat it a few times. Mother, I am my own Master. Now take the right hand on our hearts again. And here we will say, now as we got the pure knowledge, we are our own Master. Now here we are not any thought or emotion or ego, any reaction, but at this stage we are a pure spirit. Mother Kundalini, I am a pure spirit. Mother, I am my own true self. Mother Kundalini, I am a pure spirit. And feel that in your heart. That we are above this brain thinking, any conditionings. We are beyond that. At this stage, we are just a pure spirit on our own inner discovery. Now take the right hand towards the left shoulder. And at this center, we'll say, Mother, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I haven't done anything wrong. Whatever I have done was in the past. Right now, I'm a pure spirit and I'm not guilty of anything. Mother, I am not guilty. Just say that affirmation a few times. Mother, I'm not guilty. Now we'll take the right hand on our forehead and bend our head a little bit so that's resting in our palm. And on this chakra, we will say, Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. If I have done anything wrong or if I have hurt anyone, I forgive myself. And if someone has hurt me, I forgive them too. Now, we don't have to think about anything specific, just in general, forgive everyone. It is very important to forgive, otherwise the Kundalini cannot progress through this chakra, cannot pass. So we, with all our heart, right now, we forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. Now we'll take the right hand, the back of our head, just rest it. And then here we'll say, Mother Kundalini, if I've done anything wrong, please forgive me. So we are asking for forgiveness to our own mother, which resides within us. And the mother is very forgiving. With all our heart, we'll seek for forgiveness. Mother, please forgive me if I've done anything wrong in my seeking. Now, we'll take the right hand, we'll stretch our palm nicely, stretch the fingers, and we'll place the palm on the top of our head. And we'll just press it slightly firmly. And now we'll rotate our hand so that our scalp moves with our hand. We'll make a few circular movements. And while we do that, we'll say an affirmation. Mother, or we'll ask this question actually. And we'll say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. If you have done this process in the past, you can say, Mother, please establish my self-realization. It's very important. Take all the attention on the top of the head where our hand is placed. And with that earnest desire, just ask Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Now, with our attention on top of our head, we'll just lift our hand a few inches above and see if you're feeling anything coming out of our head. A gentle breeze, cool breeze, or warm breeze. You can take our hand up and down and see if you feel anything coming out of our head, on top of our head. It's a very gentle breeze. We can switch hands to see, some people may feel it on the left hand than the right. So we'll take the right hand down and left hand on top of our head. We'll see if you're feeling a cool breeze. Now you can take the hand down and still keep our attention above our head, above the 7th chakra, and see how we feel inside. We'll keep the attention there, stay in that thoughtless state, and we'll move on to the next stage of the program.
We might have a little music while we just hold this non-thought for a while. And maybe Gulshan, you'd like to take us through some clearing, or Kanak, would you like to clear right and left while you're on the hot seat?
Yeah, we can do that. If you're already feeling nice and cool on both hands and on top of your head, that's the best state. That's what we want to achieve. But sometimes that's not the case. One hand is cooler, the other is warmer, or, vice versa. So what we will do, we use the elements to clear ourselves. So we will use the Mother Earth and the ether to clear our left side and right side. Left side, again, is the side of our emotions. A side represents our past. If we get lots of thoughts from the past, that means we sort of indulge in those left-sided lethargic activity. So we want to pull ourselves out of it and stay in that balanced state. Similarly, if you're too active, just cannot sit, always thinking, always on the move, bit jittery, some people just can't sit still. That means their right side has just sort of taken over their whole system. So we want to balance it and take out all that excessive heat and put it into the ether, and again, sort of calm down our subtle system. So what we will do, if you could just place your right hand in your lap and, left hand in your lap and right hand towards the Mother Earth. Again, if it's easier for you to close your eyes and you're not thinking too much, best to close your eyes. But if you're getting too many thoughts, when you close your eyes, it's okay to open it and look at the candle. There's a candle here. So you're welcome to look at the candle. It just slows down the thought process. So placing our right hand towards the Mother Earth, just feel that gravity, that gravitational pull. And it is that pull, that power of the Mother Earth, which clears our left side. Mother Kundalini, please absorb all the negativities, all blockages of my left channel and put it into the Mother Earth. Please remove all my excessive emotions and all the lethargy and laziness. Put it into the Mother Earth. Mother Kundalini, please clear my left channel. Please help me to feel this Paramchaitanya, this all-pervading power on the left side of my body. When we are too much into the left side, the left channel gets sort of frozen. And when we are requesting the Mother Earth, it's sort of, like when ice melts and goes towards the earth, it does the same effect. It takes it out of that frozen state and balances out. Now keep the attention on the palm, on the left palm, and see how you're feeling. Is there any difference in the temperature? Were you feeling warm before? Is it cooler now? Or tingling on the fingers? Because all the chakras are on our fingers too. So sometimes you may feel one finger a bit burning or tingling, but that's okay. Just surrender it. Don't think about it too much. Just pray a few times. Mother Kundalini, please clear my left channel. Now bring the right hand back in your lap and see how you're feeling. Now we'll keep the right hand in the lap and we'll create like a chimney from our left hand. So just take it up in the sky, palm facing towards the back. And here we will pray, Mother Kundalini, please clear my right channel. Please take away all my excessive thinking and overaction and put it into the sky element. Also, please take away my ego and aggression and make me a humble person. Mother Kundalini, please take away all my futuristic thinking and planning, and please help me to be in balance and in the present moment. And while we do this, keep the attention on the right palm and feel the difference. Now this works like a chimney, as if our right side gets very hot and sort of it's like a steam going out of, it's cooling down and coming out of our system as a steam through our left hand. We are trying to regulate both channels. Now we can put the left hand down, back in the lap. And again, see how you're feeling inside. Now, one more time, we'll place our hand on our forehead. But that's the chakra which is very bit hard to clear. Just because all our thinking happens on this chakra. So we'll say it again. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. And slide the hand back up on top of the head with a gentle pressure. While keeping the attention there, bring the hand down. We'll sit quietly for a few minutes. If there's any thought coming, just say, not this thought, not this thought.
Well, that's so nice. I didn't want to stop. Should we raise our Kundalini and put on a bandhan? Most of you will know what that is. In case you're new here for the first time, it's the short form of doing our realization. And it's what we do before and after we meditate every day. So let's do that. So we're using our hands so we don't have to think. And the left hand is our hand of desire, raises up through the central channel, and the right hand of action, we keep it busy by making it wind around. So it comes under and over the top. So our attention is on that left hand, up to the top, up to the seventh center, tying a knot. So that's one channel, 3 times for each channel. Second time, attention is on that left hand of desire, going up 2 knots this time. And then the third time, and 3 knots, expressing our desire that we really want to keep our attention up with the Paramchaitanya in that 7th chakra. And now if you feel in your hands, there's a bit of coolness flowing, and that's the vibrations that we were talking about last week. And we're going to protect We're back, everyone. We just had a bit of a Zoom lag there. I'm not sure how much you saw of that. We raised our Kundalini, put on a bandhan, but I think we froze with our hands in the air. But you might have gotten the idea. Let me just try and do something here. We seem to be frozen again. Oops, connection lost with my mouse. That's a pity. Okay, hi everyone. I don't seem to be able to have much technological luck at the moment. Surinder, would you like to pin us? Oh, there we are. So I'm remote controlling what's happening here. So our next part of the session is a very deep subject. What is Paramchaitanya? We also have a very lovely video, just a 6-minute excerpt of Shri Mataji explaining Paramchaitanya, which I think would probably be very nice to take us a little deeper in our meditation. And I'm going to hope that we are technologically back with you and that I can share that video. Bear with me for a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Try the keypad. Yeah, just of course. Okay, it's good to have many people here. Okay, so going to, yeah, I keep forgetting what to do. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves about Paramchaitanya while I get the video on for us. And, maybe I'll play a little music for you. Would that be good?
Somebody's got a question here about whether do you always use the left hand going up and the right hand rotates?
We do.
That's the way.
That's right.
Can't be changed.
Yes. Again, as explained, left side is the side of a desire and right side is the action. So
it's always left
and the right rotates. Yes.
Any number of rotations as we go up, or that's not to be counted?
Yeah, I think it's just the attention is important. So attention has to go on top of the head. So don't have to worry about how many times you're rotating the hand.
And should my attention be on my hand, or where should our attention be?
I think it's easier.
We are aware that Paramchaitanya
Hi everyone, we're getting there. Sorry about the technological hiccups. We'll have you there very soon.
We are aware that Paramchaitanya does everything.
Sorry, I won't put a watch here.
At least mentally we know. So much in our attention. We can consider Paramchaitanya like an ocean, like an ocean which contains everything within itself. Everything, all the working, everything is within its own limits. So it cannot be compared with anything. You cannot compare it. Now if you see the sun, then from the sun, the rays have to come out to work it. If you see somebody, say a person who has an authority, he has to assert that power outside. So within himself, he doesn't work it out. Say for example, if there's a seed, and inside the seed only the tree grows and the fruits come out, and then they are sold and people eat it, and everything is inside that seed, then that is Paramchaitanya. So we are all enveloped in it. And only the waves that we see, and we are on the waves, so we see it as dislocated, separated. like we feel this is Germany, or this is England, this is India. These are just folds of the sari of Paramchaitanya, which look separated, but they are not separated. They are continuous. So the connection is absolutely complete. If I pull a thread from here, the thread will throughout be pulled. In the same manner, this Paramchaitanya is working within itself. And there is nothing without. So when you are Sahajogis, it pays special attention to you. Or I should say, it becomes absolutely one with you. Whatever you desire, whatever you want, also will be coming from the same Paramchaitanya, if you are one with it. Like in a, say, turbulent ocean, some drops of water may fly into the air and start thinking that we are above. We are away from the world, away from the ocean. But again they have to fall into the same. So this formless energy, which has all the intelligence, all the coordination, all the organizations, all the computers, all the televisions, all that you can think of communication and of governing, of administration, and above all, it is the love. It is the love of God and love of your mother. So, to be one with this Paramchaitanya, you have to know that you have to become the reality.
Wow. Let's just have a few moments of silence. Just closing your eyes, taking your attention up to the top of your head. You can use your hand if you like. We're just going to leave everything to the Paramchaitanya. And that's how we do that. We just take our attention into the Sahasrara. Not this thought, not that thought. You can feel it in your heart and on the top of your head. Mother Kundalini, let me feel the silence and the love of Paramchaitanya. Just taking your hand back to the top of your head. Just see if you can feel that coolness on top. Try with the other hand. Bring it close. Just taking the hand up until you feel that flow. Very gentle flow. Then bring both hands open on your lap again. And notice what you're feeling in the palms of your hands. And then just slowly opening your eyes. We'll try to do our bandhan and raise our kundalini before the internet or the Zoom session freezes. We'll do it really quickly. Left hand raising up, right hand winding round, tying one knot, 2 knots, 3 knots, and then protecting ourselves with those lovely vibrations. Over and back 7 times. How we finish our meditation. And feel free to ask any questions, share anything. I hope you were able to see most of the session tonight. I'll also give you the power to unmute in case you would like to talk and introduce yourselves to everyone here as well.
I think that's the beauty of meditation, that you're above all those frustrations, you know, like all of a sudden if your internet not working, but we can still stay in that thoughtless state with our spirit, so we don't get that annoyed that quickly. Isn't it?
React too much to
Or
the
react.
annoyance.
That's right.
So you've all got the ability to unmute if you wish, and to chat, certainly. Leave us a message. We'll answer any questions also. Anyone here have any questions? That was a lovely talk, wasn't it?
It was.
Got to the point. We got there.
Yeah.
Bit of a hiccup some of the way through, but...
And the realization was very strong, Kanak. I find it's interesting, we often talk about, and we say, you know, it's good to do it again and again, but when you feel it, it's quite nice that you feel the...
You just get stronger every time.
Thank you, Guida. Guida said it was beautiful. It was. I think the vibrations of everyone together was amazing. Interestingly, before we did the clearing of the left and the right, when we felt with the 2 hands, I felt on the right hand it was up here. So I didn't feel anything in between, but I could feel it up here. Left hand was all the way. I thought, oh. But then after we did the clearing of the left and right, I could feel it all the way on both hands.
Yeah.
So, you know, every day we need to adjust ourselves. So we're all using our left and our right sides. So that clearing and meditation every day does wonderful things. Thank you, Kanak, for those wonderful things.
And as you mentioned, like, I think it's better because we have a lot of people here and also joining online. So when you do it with a larger group, I think it's always easier. The whole process is much smoother.
It's
easier.
so quick.
Quick. That's right. So it sort of leads me that to the fact that if you are wherever you are, please try to join in person. It's a very different experience compared to when you're behind a screen or a phone or a computer screen. It's much better when you are with people around you who can support you vibrationally. So, yeah.
Thank you, Sarah, for Sarah said it was a lovely session despite the technical difficulties. I did have another.
The meditation doesn't have to be long either.
That's true.
It can be short, as you took us both through short meditations. It's very effective.
Yeah, just getting to the spot. You know, if it takes you 2 hours to get to the spot, okay, but get to the spot. But if you're there in the spot, you're done. So 5-10 minutes is sufficient. Okay, if it's taking you 2 hours to get there, it's probably too long.
Getting to that thoughtless state.
Getting thoughtless.
Just if it's for a few seconds. It's very powerful, that moment.
Yeah. And I find just hearing a short excerpt of Shri Mataji's lecture, there's so many gems. So we're very fortunate that she has given so many thousands of talks on all the subjects of our subtle system and of spirituality, of getting connected to the Paramchaitanya. And the wonderful thing is we've got all that, all those resources. So if anyone is wanting to have those daily meditations on WhatsApp, you're probably all already on there. But, we've got another message here. Thank you, Madhuri. Oh, okay. Philip has said that Paramchaitanya is more reliable than the technology, and certainly demonstrated that tonight. Definitely more reliable. It worked a treat. We got into thoughtlessness, and technology couldn't keep up.
So we lost the connection to that mobile race, but we kept connected to the
Paramchaitanya despite. So next week I think we've got Philip who's going to give us a lovely session on the spirit and the heart. So I think that's appropriate. That's coming in next week. So do join us again next week. If you're in Canberra, feel free to come in. There's a few spare seats here, but not many, so get here early.
It's a very warm venue too.
It's very warm in here, very warm. And Angie, thank you for your, greetings from United Kingdom. Is it Agni? I keep calling you Angie, but is it Agni or is it Angie? Anyway, Annie. Angie, Agni from the United Kingdom. Very hearty welcome. It's so nice of you to join us. It must be your early morning, probably about 6 a.m. What? Agni.
It's 9 o'clock starting here, a.m.
Oh, nice.
And we are Polish from UK.
Oh, wonderful. Very hearty welcome, Agni.
It's Madhuri.
It's Madhuri speaking. Is it Madhuri?
It's Agni, yes. Agni. So the people call me Agni. Yeah, and thank you for the invitation. So it's at 10 o'clock in the morning in UK. So we've got a bank holiday, so we could join.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. It's really, really very nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madhuri. Thank you, Agni. Oh, let me pay attention to messages. Robert, thank you. Although I joined late, it was useful to listen to Shri Mataji from Singapore. Robert, yes. Hearty welcome back. I think you were here with us the other night. Nice of you to join us from Singapore, Robert. And as you said, it was a bit late, but you got to hear Shri Mataji's talk, and that was the important part. And
the good thing is, if you're on that WhatsApp group, you usually send them so people can listen to them.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Morning or meditation.
Yes. So I think I've got your email Robert, I think, and have I been sending to you the morning meditations? Oh.
You've been saying it on the WhatsApp group, so
Yes. So if anyone needs to be added to the WhatsApp group or want to have morning meditations sent by their preferred communication method, then just drop us a line. That's info@freemeditation.com.au, and we'll happily add you in there. I think we're having such a lovely time with you all, but all good things must come to an end, and we very much look forward to joining us again next week when we have Philip, who's going to make us a lovely presentation about the spirit and the heart. Really looking forward to that as well. And thank you, Kanak. That was very nice, taking us through that realization. It's always a wonderful thing to go. You can never go through self-realization too many times. It's a wonderful thing. You can do it every week. And thank you, Gulshan, for explaining to us. Thank you, everyone, for being here in person. We'll look forward to. We won't expect you, Madhuri and Agni, to come from UK, although you're most welcome. And we'll just put on a finishing music of Steve Day concert. He's a lovely Sahaja Yogi who plays the sarod.